All right. Boom, boom, boom. Ha!
It was basically used as a way to maintain mobility, flexibility. Just think it was a very fancy na-ah.
Told you I've been practicing.
I know, I'm very impressed.
Hey friends, we are back learning some traditional Maori short poi, and today Tash is going to be showing me some fun bounces that happen around with just one hand.
This one's a fun one.
Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And today I am learning some more awesome short poi style. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Fire Mecca, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterra Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all of these awesome companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I have down in the description of this video. And special thanks to the non-business friends of the channel, Lain Mochinsky and Pekha Pekkonen. Thank you both so much for supporting my channel, my work, and my mission. Hey, so we're back with my friend Tash, who is the friendly Maori bartender from up the street, who, by sheer random happenstance, it turns out, grew up around poi and is now teaching me some fun poi stuff. So, fun fact, the stuff we're doing in this video is stuff that Tash actually showed me a few weeks ago and was the whole reason I wanted to do this video series. I had gotten a set of these poi from Potiki Poi, and I brought them in to show Tash, and she pulled something right out that absolutely blew my mind. So now we're going to show all of you what she showed me that night.
To me, growing up around it, this was just a normal thing that you would do to basically stim, I guess. And it is this.
Alright, so the anatomy of what's going on here. Basically, so we start off with the poi hitting like the wrist underneath as we're pointing our palm up towards the sky. We're kind of pulling it around into a buzzsaw plane, the poi spinning reverse, and then you're kind of flicking your hand up and letting the poi hit the back of your wrist, and then reversing the direction of it so it comes around forwards in buzzsaw. You kind of open up your palm towards the sky and let it hit the bottom of your wrist to start over again, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And it all becomes one motion. Like your wrist is basically moving, while your hand and your wrist are moving in unison with the ball.
So let me show you what this looks like in slow-mo right quick, because it'll help break it down. Told you I've been practicing.
I know, I'm very impressed.
So the night Tash showed this to me, I had a really tough time figuring out what was going on. And part of the reason is that it requires a whole lot of wrist movement. And that is something that we contemporary poi spinners don't really do a lot of. Tash, do you want to show what that wrist movement looks like right quick?
So specifically, you are just rotating your wrists like this.
So we're going from like a palm up kind of place and rolling it around to a palm down kind of place.
Yes.
So, So like, if you follow where my index finger is going here, I'm going from like pointing up to pointing away, down, around, and then back down with my palm up.
Just think it was a very fancy na-ah.
So one thing I do want to talk about right quick here also is length as we're doing this. Like where exactly do you want to have the poi length in order to make this work?
Almost, for me, my spacing would probably be like a fist width.
Okay.
Just because I find that it contacts the back of my hand and wrist in an area that I feel more control. I can control it a little bit better, the direction it's gonna hit. You can do it a little bit longer, but for me it'll hit a little too far down on here. While I can still do it, it's not the best.
Yeah. So one thing that I got wrong as I was watching this the first time, and Tash needed to kind of correct me on, is that you're basically aiming for the same spot in your wrist, no matter what. Whether you're like doing the bounce from under your wrist or from over your wrist, you're still aiming for this spot just past where the top of your wrist is.
All your major movement for this is coming from the elbow down. And then not even that much movement here,
Right.
other than turning the backwards and forwards. So you're basically just moving to meet the ball where it would be when it completes one rotation.
Another thing I'm thinking about right here, though I don't think was really obvious to me the first night we were playing around with this, is just that, again, it kind of it's less a up-down motion with your forearm. You're just kind of like letting it hang out there in space. This is just completely down to the movement of the wrist.
Yes, it's you. We're just trying to keep these limber,
Yes.
basically.
And you were telling me at one point too that like part of the reason that like these exercises were developed was to develop wrist flexibility, right?
Yes, to help with fighting.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, so as Maori, we did this back in the day. It was men and women. It was basically used as a way to maintain mobility, flexibility, dexterity, and hand-eye coordination for fighting. But it was a peaceful way to maintain it.
Interesting.
So doing this works your wrist muscles, it's your hand-eye coordination, it's keeping all of these limber, and then literally if you've never done this type of movement before, in 2 minutes it's making your arm cramp up and be like, I didn't know I had muscles there.
Totally.
Yes. And then if you want to get fancy,
Ooh, I do. You know I do.
this is a case where you are hitting it on two opposite.
Wow. Okay, so I'm taking it off the top hit, and
Your wrist becomes the other palm if you were doing this. Your
interesting. All right, boom, boom, boom. Ha!
I still have not quite mastered that direction.
Oof.
I guess I don't tell people to come here very often.
Oh, so that's interesting. Like, you know, we were talking in the last video a little bit about how these poi hits can also be thought of almost as like a musical instrument in some respects. So like, there's a part of me that's hearing like, you know, boom, 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 doing like a little double time or like almost like a drum fill or something.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get one going together here. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So boom, boom, oops. Boom, 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 boom. Oops.
So we both start on the opposite too. You start down there. I start.
Ah, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oops.
I find I have more control on this direction than I do this direction. And doing that set where you start that way, it forces the first beat to be on the underside.
Yeah, it does.
So
Is that still a thing that's done, or?
this is literally just like playing around with it, getting some more. I know there are actually parts of many dance, like Haka, or just dances or Waiata, what have you, that have poi in it, that do that motion, but it's typically paired with the second poi, and you're literally
Gotcha.
doing all sorts of stuff. Do not ask me to do that. I
No
cannot
problem.
do that.
All right, one more time. So we take that off the top, bottom, top, bum, bum, bottom, top, bum, bum, bottom, top, bum, bum, bottom, top, bum, bum. Cool.
That sounds like dial-up. Wait, I'm like,
The bloopers from this are going to be great. Thanks so much, Tash, for once again teaching me some awesome Maori-style short poi. Be on the lookout, because I'm also going to have a video where I talk with Tash some about what it was like growing up with poi around her. Keep your eyes peeled. That will be dropping real soon. If you got anything out of this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe in order to help other people find it, to help keep the conversation going, and to help my channel grow. Hey there, friends. Once again, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Pekha Poi, who made the short poi that I was using in this video as I was learning from Tash. Just to clarify, because a couple people had this question after the last video, Tash has nothing to do with Pekha Poi. She did not make these poi. Pekha Poi is based in New Zealand. Tash is local. She's just my friend who is showing me the ropes. So appreciate you, Tash, and appreciate Pekha Poi. I will go ahead and leave a link, pekhapoi.co.nz, if you want to pick up a set for yourself, down in the description as well as up here on screen. Thanks once again to Pekha Poi for hooking me up here. This video would not be possible were it not for the awesome support of all of these nice people right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the people listed down in the description, helps make this video and all the videos on this channel possible. Thank you one and all for your very generous support. And if you out there watching are not currently a supporter and you'd like to become one, you can do that by heading on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. There you can get early access to all of my content as well as a host of other awesome rewards. Go check that out, please and thank you. And hey, if you'd like to watch more videos where I am learning Maori short poi style, I'm going to leave a link to a playlist of them down in the description as well as up here on screen if you're watching on YouTube. Also, the YouTube algorithm thinks that you might like this top video based upon your past viewing habits, so maybe give that a look as well. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to get outside and flow today, and I'll see you with a new video real soon. Peace.